Hello, everybody. Good evening. Hi, everyone. This is Elaine Saunders, and I am the intuitive matchmaker, your host tonight at Stand Yourself Dating. And I am here to say that we miss our host, Richard, terribly tonight, but consolation prize. We have a wonderful guest co-host tonight, and I'm about to introduce you to him. But before I do, I just want to say that this is a very special night. I've been trying very, very hard to get him to come on the show, and he's finally agreed. Happened to coordinate the schedule a night where Richard could not make it, and lo and behold, we have the Doctor of Love himself, Jean-Luc. Welcome to the show. Here you are, Jean-Luc, finally on the show.
Hello, Elaine. Good evening. Thank you for having me on your show tonight.
I'm astounded.
So glad to be here, and I'm so glad Richard is not.
Well, I don't know about that. I miss Richard a little bit. But I'm happy to have you, and I'm astounded you're here. I'm astounded. Great. So thank you so much for freeing up time on your very valuable time schedule to come into us, to talk to us about our subject tonight, which is, what is it that you bring to the table when it comes to a relationship? Last week, Richard and I had a discussion, or actually it was 2 weeks ago. We had a wonderful photographer on last week to talk about online dating photos. But the week before that, we talked about what are your expectations for dating and are they reasonable? So we talked about how a lot of people put their expectations way higher than maybe than they should be, or maybe lower. And tonight we're going to talk about what is it that our wonderful people out there bring to the table, or what they think they should bring to the table. So
I say ketchup. You should always bring ketchup to the table, no matter what is being served.
Ketchup?
Yes. It's a very American thing to bring. You cannot go wrong in America with ketchup at the table.
So you're saying to bring condiments?
You are putting words in my mouth already, Elaine. We don't know each other that well already. You're moving very fast for me.
Well, I'm just trying to hear if I'm hearing it right. I hear.
I say the ketchup. You say condiments.
Condiments.
I did not tell me you were so forward. Are all American women this forward?
Pretty much. Not all.
Maybe I will have to stop by your event tomorrow.
The event tomorrow? Well, I'm backtrack. I want to go back to the ketchup.
You look nervous now. Okay, let's go back to the ketchup.
Isn't that a condiment?
You're saying that word very fast. I think it means something else.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yes. The ketchup you put on food, of course, like salt and pepper and ketchup. Yes, sure. Of course, it is a condiment.
Okay.
Sure. Always bring ketchup to the table.
Bring that to the table.
Always bring ketchup.
Should we get into why? Why should we? I thought salt and pepper should go.
You would think salt and pepper? No, I think ketchup because it's got a bit of a sweetness, maybe a little tanginess. It smooths the edges, and it's something that could be too much of something or too much of the other. Ketchup makes it just right. But let's be real. Are you talking relationships or condiments? I think we're here for relationships tonight. Let's give our viewers something to think about.
Right. Well, I thought salt and pepper because that's kind of like spice. Flavor spice. Yeah. No?
Maybe.
All right. We could debate this one all night. Maybe we should just are we on topic or?
You tell me.
What's the way to introduce the topic? Well, what to bring to the table? All right. Hi, Tammy. We got Tammy. Tammy's on board. Carla's on board. Maybe we should ask. Should we start asking the audience what they bring to the table, or should we just start talking about what?
I think that's
you're the expert.
People think about what they are bringing to the table in the world of relationships. But yes. Oh, here's a good one. A sense of humor. Now, first thing to know about sense of humor is that it is different for the ladies versus the gentlemen. Guys think sense of humor means something other than what the women think. For a woman, a man that has a good sense of humor is a man who can make her laugh. So if the guy can say something funny, something witty, something very quick, keep her on her toes, that's a man with a sense of humor in her eyes. But it is not so as the other way around. That means to say, if you are a lady and you can crack a lot of jokes and say stuff that is witty, that does not necessarily mean you have a sense of humor to most guys. Most guys, when they go out, they think that a lady with a sense of humor is a lady who will laugh at the guy's jokes, not make the guy laugh. So, ladies, if you are out there trying to make a guy laugh, stop it. Just stop
That's
it.
yeah. I think that's
Laugh
one of the
at
big
his
problems.
stupid jokes. Just laugh at his jokes. And if you want to really amplify the effect, touch his shoulder when you laugh at the joke.
Hmm.
And if you really, really want to amplify, touch his knee when you laugh at the joke. Don't say you're funny. Just laugh, 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 and touch his shoulder or touch his knee. And touch your belly when it's really funny, and lean your head back. I cannot lean my head back right now because if I do, you will see my face, and that is against the protocol for my witness protection program that I'm a
I
part
see.
of. So, yes, you can go ha ha ha, and you lean your head back as you are laughing. It makes them feel really funny. And a man who feels funny is a man who feels invincible. So, sense of humor, ladies, gentlemen, go practice that. What do you say, Elaine?
Um, I say I'm having a hard time hearing because I have an air conditioner that sounds like it's on the fritz. Can you hear that when it's? Can you hear that AC unit going?
I
Brrr?
don't hear your AC unit. I certainly hear my AC unit,
Oh,
which is
okay. If you can't hear it, no worries. I'll
Richard's
leave it.
AC unit. Can you
I'll leave
hear
it
me
on.
perfectly?
Yeah, I hear you fine, but it's
Okay,
well, I hear you, but it's
excellent.
over. Yeah, it's overcomes. I just want to make sure it's not coming through on the audio.
Let's uh, let's
Carla, can you
continue
tell
then.
me if it's coming through on the audio or good? I guess it's good because I'm not getting any. Okay, so now I forget what the question was.
It's okay, Ellen. I have that effect on women. They
Yes,
forget
I'm
stuff
like,
when
oh, okay,
they
the
are
sense of
running.
humor thing. Yeah. So
Okay,
okay, so I'm supposed to laugh when he tries to be funny,
when he is
right?
funny, he always is funny.
He's always funny, whether he's not or whether he's funny or not. So she has a good sense of humor if she laughs at his funny or not even not so funny jokes. But that's
Exactly,
okay.
exactly. This sur 10, Ellen, you have a 10 out of 10 for this test. Very good.
All right. Oh, Tammy has a comment. Tammy thinks you sound Tammy thinks you sound like Richard.
Oh, is that supposed to be a compliment, Tammy?
I think
I'm not
she
sure.
has I think that's her sense of humor.
Oh, okay. Okay, I see. You need to work on that sense of humor, Tammy. But I'm sure Richard will appreciate that you think I sound a bit like him. But let's continue, okay?
Okay. So what another quality that would be a really outstanding quality to bring to the table might
Yes.
be a quality of an ability to cooperate with each other.
Oh, yes.
That's an
That is
awesome good
very
quality to bring.
important.
Some people like are very contentious and want it their way or the highway, but
Yes.
to be able to cooperate is a very endearing quality, don't you think, Jean-Luc?
I think it's I think it's one of the most important qualities, especially for a woman to display. Now, some
For
of
a
your listeners
woman,
may be independent. Yes, absolutely. For a woman to display, particularly, uh, I know
particularly a
for some
woman.
of, particularly with the women, exactly.
I like it
I
when
know
men
that
cooperate,
it's politically
particularly.
incorrect. Are you interrupting me, Elaine? I'm trying to make a point here.
All right, I'm sorry.
Thank you. So, the thing with cooperation is that a man feels and is most empowered when he gets to lead. And for somebody to lead, there has to be somebody who is good at following. Yes? So, ability to cooperate means that when the man says, "Hey, darling, I have a great place. We are going to go dance salsa," you say, "Okay, let's go dance salsa, my love." You don't say, "I prefer to dance bachata." Well, now you're being uncooperative. Or he says, "We are going to go and catch an Uber." And you say, "Well, why don't we catch a Lyft instead?" You are being uncooperative. He says, "I would like French fries." You say, "No, sweet potatoes is what we should have." Uncooperative. Don't, as the book used to say, don't sweat the small stuff. Look for places to agree on things. Be cooperative. Empower the leadership in your man. Ladies, when your man is empowered as a leader, he is a much better lover. Who do you think is the much better lover? The guy who says, uh, "May I please pull on your hair just a little bit? Please?" Or do you want the man who does it with lots of confidence because he knows that is what's going to get your, I would say, engine revving? You want the
Right.
man who, and that begins with your ability to cooperate, ladies, especially.
In
The
other words,
most,
yeah. Don't
in other
ask.
words,
Just pull the damn hair.
that's right. If she's alone with you and the lights are out, give it a try. Give it a try, fellas. Yes, give it a try. And ladies, look for ways to be more cooperative with the men that will make you more attractive. One of the biggest lies that has been told to our modern women is to be the strong, independent woman will turn a man on. A
Oh
man
boy.
is looking for a woman that he can bring something to. So if you have how we say the vibe of I can do everything all by myself, I do not need a man. Well, that man doesn't see a place in your life, and he's going to go elsewhere. That is not to say, Ellen, you must be a demoiselle en détresse, as you Americans may say, damsel in distress. No, no, that's not to say you must be like that, but there must be room for the guy to see he is bringing value. And how that happens is by you being cooperative and looking for ways to say, "Sure, let's do that. That sounds like fun. I am into that. Let's go give it a try, my darling." If you call your man sir, that may just take him overboard. But that's a different chapter.
Well, you certainly give advice. I like it. So yeah.
Okay, I see. I can see a little bit of discomfort and disagreement over there with you, and
A
that's
little
how I know I give
pushback.
really good advice. Is when the woman is slightly discombobulated, as we say in English. Like, "Oh, I don't know, I'm not sure," uh, but that's okay. That's okay.
Some of it takes a little time to adjust to certain
It takes a
things.
little time to digest. You have to let it sit on the palate for a little bit. It's like a
Yeah.
fine wine. You can
Yeah.
try to chug it, and if you just gulp, 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 you're not going to get the full effect. You take a little sip, you allow it to sit, roll it
I'll
around
take a
on
little
your
sip.
tongue, your palate, exactly, and you
See how I
swallow.
feel when I watch the replay.
Then you take more, and you realize that it tastes better as your palate gets used to all the qualities that it brings. It's like when you drink a full body wine, the first sip is not necessarily the best. You have to let it really take effect. My advice is like that. You have to let it take effect, and it may not sit with you right away, but don't despair. Press on. Press on. Speaking of pressing on, do you have more questions for me? I know we have limited time, so I want to give more value to your
Let's see. More to bring to
viewers.
the table. More to bring to the table. Let's see. Flexibility, like Gumby.
Flex, oh, Gombi? You mean the
Yeah,
guy who is made
I'm
of a
flexible.
Play-Doh?
As flexible as Gumby. I couldn't get
Okay, well,
more
tell us about your
flexible.
flexibility.
Yep. Just
And
like,
how is that a good example? And for whom is it a good example to be flexible?
okay, so to be rigid is to be kind of stuck in the mud, set in your ways, and not open to new ideas, and just
Mhm.
not open to change. I mean, one of the problems that I have in working with the clientels that I work with, a lot of them are older generation. They've been on this earth quite some time. They're just kind of set in their ways, and they like doing things the way they like to do them. And it's hard to build a relationship when you're not flexible and not open to new ideas, or trying to hear somebody's other ways of doing things, hear them out, being open, trying to remain fluid and flexible, and just trying to meld into the other person's way of life a little. And
So
so
you mean,
being
for
flexible
example,
that's a
what
big
example
asset.
of being flexible? Like sleeping on the right side of the bed when you're used to the left side? Is that what you mean? Or
Exactly. I mean,
oh, okay.
yeah. I mean, and it's usually little things, like how, do you like to take trips in a car, or do you like to fly? If you're going to dig your heels in the ground and say, I'm never going to fly, and the person you love wants to travel by plane, I mean, really, where's your fear? The fear of which your fear is keeping you from, maybe living a fantastic life with a wonderful person. So being inflexible, there's a cost to that,
So it
potentially.
is good to be open to new ideas, new
Right.
adventures, new ways of doing things.
Yeah,
It
it's
sounds
a,
like
it's a, it's a quality. It's a plus. It's an asset. It's a heck of a lot more endearing than somebody who's, I mean, it's nice to have structure and to be somebody that could rely on a certain thing, happening day in and day out at a certain point. But then again, to refuse to change your ways to make somebody else a little happy, or maybe even make yourself happy in the long run. I mean, that doesn't make much sense either.
so. Is it best to be flexible on both parties? You think it's best for
Absolutely.
the man to
Absolutely.
be flexible on stuff, for
Yeah.
example? What?
Yeah, you create your own relationship, you create your own lifestyle together. It's not yours. It's not my way of the highway. It's not your way of the highway either. Together you create your own new thing. It's a whole new thing together.
Oh, sounds
It's
like
like,
that song.
well, red and blue
Maybe.
makes purple. You're red, I'm blue. Together we make purple. And
Oh,
it's much prettier together.
that's a good analogy. Red and blue makes purple. Okay.
It's the way
Okay.
you look at
Excellent.
it. It's
So
perspective. You want to stay red in the corner red by yourself. Stay red, but you know what? Own it. Don't whine that you can't find anybody if you're not willing to be flexible.
be
That makes
flexible. So,
sense.
for example, if you want somebody who is 6 feet tall and you find somebody who's 5'11", maybe you should be a little flexible and go with 5'11" for a bit.
Yeah. It's a quality to bring to the table. And if you don't have certain qualities, if you're not bringing anything to the table,
Or if you like, if you prefer curly hair and she has straight hair, that's okay. Just make sure she walks in the rain every once in a while and she'll get curly hair.
well, it
Or
helps
go
to
out
be
on a
flexible.
day.
That's all I'm saying. It helps to be flexible. And like Tammy
Yes.
says, bam, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. Men over 50, let's throw them all in the same friggin' hole in the same boat.
I
Sorry,
think you should
guys.
try 49 and a half, Tammy. You'll have better luck.
48.
Try 49 and a half. You may have better luck that way.
It's and women too. I mean, we're all guilty. It's a problemo. So just saying. That's all.
Okay, so do we have any more questions or any questions from our viewers, your viewers, Richard's viewers? I don't know.
Okay. So what about, yeah, I mean, we have some people out there tonight. Why don't we say qualities to bring to the table? Help us out. Sisters. Sisters. Tammy.
Did we go over all of them already? Do we blast through all the qualities? I thought there was
Tammy,
more.
she's hilarious. She switches her side of the bed just to keep in check, just to keep it
Oh,
going,
okay.
just to spice up your own freaking life, right, Tammy?
Just to make sure there's not a man who stumbled there by accident.
Sense of humor, absolutely.
I say,
You need one.
Oh,
This
here's
is a
one.
great quality.
Decisiveness. No flim flam, no wishy
You're
washy.
wishy-washy.
No
Make a
wishy.
decision. Right.
Yes. Richard told me a story one time. Um, some of you may not know this, but I will tell his audience behind his back. Richard used to be a Lyft and Uber driver for a while in Boston. He was very good at it too. He would spend hours a day giving people rides to work and to school and to fun events. So he tells me this story one time. It's after work one day, and he has this young lady in the back of his car, and she answers the phone. She's obviously talking to her sweetheart, but she's getting frustrated. And the reason she's getting so frustrated is because of a simple question which could not get a simple answer. The question was, "Hey, babe, what do you want to have for dinner tonight?
Simple enough. And
What
what
do you
happened?
want to have for dinner tonight?" Well, they proceeded to spend the next minute and a half going back and forth. And he's like, "Oh, well, whatever you want, babe." And she's like, "Just please, just tell me what you want. I don't
Something.
care." And he's like, "Oh, whatever you want. I don't care, honey. I don't care."
Ugh.
And she's like, "Honey, please, do you want chicken or do you want ta ta ta? Whatever you want, babe." And she hangs up the phone, and you will pardon my language, but she hangs up and she's like, "What is wrong with men today? This guy can't make a fucking decision.
Ooh.
This isn't fellas. Make a fucking decision. It is better to make one and to just be flim flamming, whatever you want, darling.
Oh, it's
Just make
frustrating.
a decision." She will prefer that much, much more over you saying, "Oh, I don't know, darling, whatever you want." No, no. She's asking you what you want. So if you don't know what you want, pick one. You don't have to know, you just have to pick. So she says, "Do you want Italian or Chinese?" If the answer is "I don't know," go with Chinese.
Right.
Pick one.
So Carla, it pisses
Ooh,
her
Carla,
off.
what is Carla saying?
Yeah, it pisses her off. Sometimes she always decides on where to eat. And then when she decides, he says, "Oh, not there." So after she
Oh,
decides, he still doesn't want to go, even though he doesn't decide. Puts it on
oh,
her, and then
Carla.
he says he doesn't want to go. Oy vey. Such a
Ay,
day.
vey, oui.
Ugh.
Exactly. That must be so frustrating, Carla. I'm so sorry.
Annoying. Oh, yeah.
Yes, this man needs to just practice picking one and just sticking with it, as we say here
No
in
soup
America.
for you,
Just pick
buddy.
one, dude.
Mm-mm.
No problem over here. Just make a decision. Be decisive.
Right.
The
No,
worst
no
you
good.
can say to a woman who asks you to make a choice is, "I don't know."
Well, this is the one thing I find is when people date, they can't even articulate what it is or like what kind of a relationship they're looking for, or they can't be honest about it for some reason. It's, if you're just looking to fool around, I mean, just cough that information up so a person can decide if they want to spend time with you or not. If you're looking for the real deal, just say, "Hey, that's what I'm looking for. I don't know if you're the person, but I'd like to get married someday," or I'd like to never get married someday. So the person who who who's spending time with you knows if you're someone they should invest their time with. Just
I
what's so
just
hard
want
about
somebody who
that?
will laugh when I tickle her. Is that too much to ask?
Yeah, just become clean. Just like, don't you want to not waste your time too? I don't want to have to read the mind.
That's
You
never
know.
fun for me. I just want somebody who will laugh when I tickle her. That's all.
I mean, it doesn't mean I want to marry you. But I want to know that you're at least in the ballpark. If you're just looking
You
for,
cannot marry me. I already have 3 rings on my finger, so there's no more room. I'm sorry. You see? Look, you cannot marry me. There's no room here, and I have 2 over here, so I'm all bling. Sorry, darling. uh, you have to marry somebody else. Unfortunately, Elaine, you are too late.
Ah, playful.
Ah, playful, playful. Well, we don't know anything about that here on this show. We are all serious all the time,
Skip right
so
over
no
that.
playful. But if you want to learn how to be playful, something you can do is you can go take an improv class, and you can take it by yourself, preferably, or if you have a girlfriend already, I mean a serious girlfriend or a serious boyfriend, you can take it together. There is a rule in improv. The rule is make your partner perfect. I
Make
honestly
your
think that
partner
should be a rule
perfect.
for marriage. Make your partner perfect. What does that mean, Elaine? That
I
means
don't
if you and I
know.
are doing a scene in improv, we
Right.
start a scene, we don't know where it's going. Somebody just gave us a single word, and based on
Ah,
that word, we are going to create a story, right? So
well,
you pick a word first. Just tell me any word that comes to mind.
okay. Brooklyn.
Brooklyn. So you pick
Yeah.
the word Brooklyn, and so you
Yes.
and I now we are going to start a scene in improv, and we start with Brooklyn, and I started talking about the San Francisco Bridge. Now, a good improv would mean you would take the San Francisco Bridge, and even though the start was Brooklyn, you would take that and elaborate and run with it. You would act as if this is the best thing I could have said, even though you clearly said Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
Okay? I
All
said,
right.
you said Brooklyn. I started with San Francisco. You go perfect. And you
Love
just
it.
keep going with
It's
that. That
awesome.
makes for a great improv scene. As
Oh, yeah.
opposed to,
We're having a
as
bridge sale.
yeah, as opposed to you say
Golden Gate,
Brooklyn, I say San Francisco,
Verrazano.
and then you start correcting me. No, no, I said Brooklyn. Now the scene is dead.
Hey,
Many of you do that in your relationships. You do that in your dating. You want things to go so much a certain way that you miss all of the other ways it could have gone. So go
right.
take a damn improv class, learn to roll with the punches, learn to have some fun, learn to be playful. What do you think, Elaine? Any more
Hey,
advice about being playful?
I like that. We don't know where we're going, but we're going.
That's
I like
right.
that.
I think we are going, yes.
Doesn't matter. I'm going with you, and I'm gonna have fun with you because that's the goal here, and nothing's gonna stop us. That's how I feel about life. If you make up your mind to have fun, you just have fun. Don't stress out about it. So try to learn not to be so uptight and improv it. If you make plans, chances are something is gonna screw those plans up. So you may as well get over it now and just learn to play with whatever cards are gonna come flying at you. Because you can't figure it out in advance. You just cannot. You can't plan it. I mean, you try to plan it, but guess what? Something else is going to happen. So you may as well learn how to play it by ear and laugh as much as you can along the way, as devastating as things might get. You just try to roll with the punches and try to have fun, be flexible, and improv. That's it. You're right. The improvisation. Try to find funny moments in between all of it.
Or find moments and just do whatever will happen, and it
Absolutely.
will be funny or it will not be
Still
funny,
piss here
but
and there.
just
What the
have
heck?
a lot of fun.
Exactly.
Excellent. Do we have any more topics to discuss?
I don't know.
What is that? Oh,
Curiously engaged.
curiously engaged. Yes, yes. What does that mean? What do you
I
think
don't know.
the word curiously engaged means, Elaine?
Well, I know what curious is, and I know what engaged is. So
Oh,
put them all
so when you put
together.
the two together,
I don't know. Curiously engaged. Curiosity. Just
mhm,
keep your eyes open. There's a big wide world out there. Look for stuff. Find stuff. Adventure. Somebody put adventure. Tammy put the words adventure up there. That's go look for stuff to discover together
excellent. Yes, that is definitely one example of being curiously engaged. And
with each
another way
other
of
and with the world. Learn
Yes,
about
yes.
each other. I mean, that person that you meet lived a lot of years before you met them. There's a lot to learn about that person. Find out who they
Including maybe
are.
another language.
Yeah, find out who the heck is that. Who is that person? What did they do before they met you? What turns them on? What makes them sad? What makes them act the way they act? Are they? What's really deep down in their heart? Do they have a heart? Maybe they don't. Who knows? But be curious. Ask them questions. Find out where they came from. Find out where they want to go. Do they want to go where you want to go? Maybe they don't. But find out. Get to know people. See
Get
what's
to know people. Okay,
yeah.
yes, those are all good
It's
ways to
dating
being
until you're in love making a
engaged.
plan for the future, right?
Did you say love making?
No, I did not say that, but now that you mentioned it.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I thought you said love making.
No,
Writing
no, no. What did I say? I'll
engaged.
have to.
What?
No, I said it's.
You have to rewatch the replay because I could have sworn you said love making just now. But
No,
okay,
I could see where your mind is at, Jean Luc.
my mind is perfectly fine, perfectly
I know.
confined in my beautiful hat.
Is that purple? I need a purple. I used to have a purple suede hat and a purple suede coat to match.
You can say
I
purple.
was
It looks
purple
black when
before,
I'm
yeah,
sitting.
before Prince was famous at purple. I don't know. I like it.
It looks
I
black
like
when
your
I'm
style.
sitting. So, can I say what I think curiously engaged mean?
Yes,
Okay,
me
well, for
as
me,
well.
curiously engaged, it's like a way of conversing with the person and getting to really want to discover this person. You know, when you
Hmm.
watch a child looking at something they have not seen before, and they just want to touch every part of it and see, does this work here? Does that work there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying you should do that in public, but maybe later on, when you get to that point, you can be curiously engaged in different ways. But first, use your words and you can ask some questions. And when you get answers, you can ask more questions about the things you got answers on. And really, very authentically, listen to this person as someone who is intriguing, interesting, fascinating. Treat them like they are a celebrity, even if you think they are not, because they may surprise you. And who doesn't like to feel like a surprise to somebody else? Who doesn't like to be treated like a celebrity, at least on a micro level? So you need to. It's useful to spend some time being very curiously engaged in conversation with a person. It's a way to really stand out above the crowd. And that is something that I think a lot of people can utilize in dating is to stand out above the crowd and make a name for yourself in the dating game. I think it's a good note to end on. What do you think, Elaine?
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So I don't know how you guys usually end the show. I will stop talking and let you do it.
Okay. So tonight, I would like to thank our special guest, Jean Luc, the Doctor of
Merci.
Love. Thank you so
Merci.
much for joining us. It was a special surprise to have you on the show
Great
today.
meeting you. Thank you.
Yep, we'll have to have you come on again in the not so far future. Also, want to mention Richard is not here this week, but he can be found on Facebook through the Astound Yourself Dating website. He also has a website that I can't remember at the moment, but find him through grichard360.com, which is up there now. My website, dynamicintroductions.com, and my Facebook page, Dynamic Introductions. And I also want to say tomorrow night, Friday, we're planning a fun Friday Christmas in July at Scoreboards in Nashua. So I'd like to invite everybody who would like to come out and maybe meet somebody new, or just come out and bring your friends. It's an arcade. There is air hockey. There's pinball machines. There's big screen television sets. There's food. There's fun. And just wear red or green. And that's all you have to do about the Christmas part. But we're just going out. It's supposed to be a rainy, crappy night. So won't be ruining any outdoor activities. So we may as well bring it indoors and have a good night. And that's it. Carol and I
I
are
have a
hosting. Go ahead.
I
What?
have a question on behalf of the audience. Are you going to be wearing those 2 balloons on your chest
Oh, you
tomorrow?
can take that down now. Santa, get your hands off me.
Oh, okay. So now you don't give Santa consent anymore?
Well, I thought it would maybe get some attention. People would
I
notice
think,
it if I
yeah.
posted
Yes,
that picture.
you probably have 4 people there tomorrow instead of 3.
At
I'm just
least
kidding. I think
four.
you're gonna have
Yeah.
lots of turnout.
One or
You
two
have-
for each side of the
I
picture.
think you'll have a huge turnout, a double D size turnout.
Yeah. Hey, it's just about having fun. That's all. We're going out to
I
have fun.
agree.
So
Absolutely.
Christmas will be here in 5 months. We may as well start getting ready for it.
Okay.
All right, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much. See you next time on Astound Yourself Dating, where we'll have a special guest next week, but we'll save that to be a big surprise. So, all right,
Okay.
everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye, everybody. Merci.
Have a great weekend. See you next week. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye, everyone.